Hello guys, I'm going to talk to you a bit more in depth about Dragon Ball Final Adventures Remastered, and this patch is honestly has some very interesting things, and they can be justified in great detail. Extreme Rush had issues in the past ever since the implementation of swiping, along with Parlous Rush, and has had tremendous speed issues. So what we decided to do is we decided to say, oh hey, since the meta changed in terms of how people play the game, so will Extreme Rush. So basically what we did was basically had a tremendous speed increase for Extreme Rush. I'd say it was 400% speed increase. Very good. Uh, over the course of 1 week. What we also decided to do is we also decided to buff Parlous so that it is a lot faster. And then 2 second that time reduced basically for how fast it executes, and then the damage is increased by 3, so it can be better used in combos. Also, what we decided to do with Extreme Rush, I forgot about this, was when we decided to buff it from 8 seconds to then 3 seconds, what we also did was we also reduced its damage by 8 so that it didn't, so it wasn't really that strong. Although I think if it becomes too out of hand in this patch, we will definitely revert it so that it would be 3 seconds and 48 damage rather than 2 seconds and 40. So Parlous Rush has been, so no, now this is the most interesting part about this patch. Basically what we're doing is we're reinventing Tornado Kick. It has the same animations, pretty much everything about it is the same, except what happens now is that it now has a new damage value. Basically what damage value is basically how much damage something does, and then it has an adjective to it so that it describes it. So instant damage value is basically right on hit, so when you hit someone with it, that it instantly does a certain amount of damage. Very similar to how Shockwave works, except that has a very high instant damage value, which we might actually buff in the future because of how useless it's been recently. Another thing is, so instant damage value, burst damage, that's basically when there's that final tick of damage at the end. This is very similar to what Kamehameha combination and Galican combination do, except it's within beams. So we're basically decreasing that so it better makes up for what we decided to add later on, and we also decided to increase its speed by 100%. Another thing we also decided to do was now it also does tick damage. This is basically damage over time, except it's while it's spinning, right? While the ability is going off. So every 0.15 seconds it deals 2.2 tick damage, which in total this ability now does 34 damage rather than 30. And it's a lot faster now, so it can be used as a starter, or it can be used mid-combo if you really wanted to. So now, Burst Rush, has a very similar issue to Parlous Rush, except especially with the fact that they basically have the same animations. It has a very great animation, very great. But what happened was it was too slow, and then it didn't do as much damage. So what we decided to do was we decided to reduce its execution time from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and then also increase its damage by 6. Because it was an issue. Enough said. Solar, Blazing, Rush combination, Angry, they're all really good. And we kind of need other abilities to kind of match it. And we might also touch Wolfang Fist in the future, but for now we're just gonna keep it like this. Now High Speed Rush. is receiving an animation buff, very similar to the other ones, except this is a bit more, like a lot more better. So what happens is that now it's now the animation time per punch is reduced by half. So it used to be 7,500. I mean thousands. Now it's going to be 375 10,000. So it basically we're splitting the time in half so it can be better used than combos as a starter and both during a combo. So I most likely got the damage wrong, although it does approximately around 26 damage, yeah. So we also decided to increase its damage by 2. We're gonna keep a close eye on it, honestly. Same thing with Extreme Rush. We're gonna keep a close eye on this ability. If it seems to lack, then yeah. So High Speed Rush, that's done. And then now the last change, honestly. So what happened is Sonic Combo was basically one of the best abilities in the game, especially after its buff, so that you could use it pretty much anytime it would fling. So basically what that did was it basically allowed it so that whoever caught first was unable to counter. I mean, like the opponent can counter. So what we decided to do was we actually decided to reduce the damage by 6. It's not that small of a nerf, honestly, compared to other abilities. Well, it's honestly not that small of a nerf, although it should be nerfed a lot more. But for now, we're just going to keep a close eye on Sonic Combo. If it still seems to be an issue, we'll work on that also. Another thing that this ability did, it's basically beam dodge, right? And so what happened was, if you were to beam dodge with a beam, then that was an issue. So that because you were still able to land the beam, and the beam wouldn't have gone, and the opponent's beam wouldn't have gone off. So that's what Sonic Combo is getting a nerf for, and this should also make it so that you shouldn't kill as fast. Next patch we are deciding to reduce some of the damage on the current abilities, and not by much. It's probably going to be like 2 per ability, like 2 for some certain abilities, so that it doesn't, so the game doesn't get out of hand in terms of how much damage physicals do. Basically what this patch did was basically allowed it so that people could counter beaming a lot more, and at the same time try to implement different so what we tried to do with, okay, let me restate this, right? What we tried to do is we basically tried to make it so that we could implement new metas and tone down beaming and tone down Sonic Combo, obviously. But that's basically what we're doing. What we could also decide to do in the near future is there's going to be a new system of how beams operate if it follows through. And so that should allow for basically beams to finally not get demolished. Alright, have a good day.